What's going on, guys? It's your bro Taylor.
And your bro Ryan here.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking about instances in which it may not be best for you to pay off that debt.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.
Now, before we get too far into this, if you're looking for a video that's going to give you an excuse to not pay your credit card bill this month or some other high interest debt, this isn't the video for you. So we're going to explain the factors that you should be considering when deciding whether or not to pay off debt or invest. One of the biggest factors that or principles that we're going to be talking about in today's video is the opportunity cost that comes along with paying off, say, a loan, for example.
So let's look at some numbers here. Let's say you have a $20,000 loan that has a 4% interest rate and a term of 15 years. That could be a student loan, that could be a business loan, a personal loan. It really doesn't matter the type of loan, for the most part. Whatever the type of loan is, the main thing you need to calculate these numbers and compare is your balance, your interest rate, and your term length. So in this case, based on the example we just listed, your minimum monthly payment would be $147.94. And if you stayed on that path and paid that minimum monthly payment for that 15-year term, you would end up paying a total of $26,628.77. Of that, $6,628.77 would only be interest.
So that's with your minimum payment right there. But let's say you're considering putting an extra $95 a month towards that, which would result in you paying off that loan in just over 8 years, 8 years and 1 month to be exact, instead of that full 15-year term. You'd only be paying a total of $23,418.03. Obviously, $3,418.03 being only towards interest. So you saved yourself $3,210.74 in those interest payments from minimum payments to adding $95 a month.
Now on the flip side, let's say you continue to make just the minimum payment on your loan, and you put that additional $95 you were going to put towards the loan, and you put it towards that investment you were eyeing, that's averaging that 9% year over year. After 8 years, roughly the time you were able to pay off that loan by adding the $95 extra to it, you would have contributed $9,120 and made $3,963.01 in growth. So you can see right there that almost $4,000 you made from investing that money is much more than you would have saved yourself.
And if you continue that investment for the full 15-year term of that loan, for example, you'd have contributed a total of $17,100 and made $17,730.66 in interest, which seems like a big jump. When it comes to investing, time is an excellent factor. So that just goes to show the opportunity cost that comes with paying off that debt instead of investing.
So obviously that changes if say your loans were 5, 6, even 7%. The loan size would obviously affect that as well. If you had a $50,000 loan at 4%, it probably wouldn't make sense at that point. So you'd have to play around with those numbers, and that's why you need to know those three factors really well.
Yeah.
Do some calculations and just look at that, figure out which one makes sense in that term.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that we don't have to put on screen why you not paying off that credit card balance this month that charges you that 25% interest. I mean, I don't know of many investments that exist in this world. I'm definitely not a part of one that is making me that much money to offset the opportunity cost. So
you're not a part of that one?
Yeah, I missed it. But you guys should definitely be paying off that super high interest debt because, I mean, obviously these numbers don't work if you're getting charged 20, 30. Some credit cards are getting crazy, 35% interest. I mean, you'd have to come up with one crazy investment to make it worth it. And you also got to factor in credit scores. So pay your credit card. But this just goes to show that you need to run these basic numbers. I mean, whatever your loan is, just kind of input these. There are tons of calculators online that you can just type, if I took $95 and added to this, I pay it off in this term, blah, blah, blah. Now, another thing to consider, and we're not saying that, long term, this is going to work out great for me. If let's say that you did this investing for 15 years and you made $17,000 in just interest, even if you stop making payments right then, you're still making money because that balance that you're holding in that investment account is still getting that 9% annual return. Now, it's not going to increase the same way it would if you kept contributing to it, but your money is still growing. So when after 15 years of a loan, you're done, debt's gone and everything. Well, after 15 years of investing, it's still going to keep growing.
And the obvious factor here is the lower the interest rate, the more it makes sense to invest, but the higher the interest rate, the less it makes sense to invest instead. That's the obvious factor here. But again, as always, this isn't financial advice. This is just something that we noticed a lot of people are dealing with debt, but at the same time, a lot of people want to start that investing career, putting money towards their 401k. And we're like, at what point does it cross that you make one over the other? So that's why we decided to put together this video. Please let us know any questions you have in the comments. Of course, please let us know if you want us to make another type of these videos, maybe go more into detail. At what point exactly, what interest rate exactly on this loan does it flip? We can make a video all about that. We'd love to. We could dive more into the numbers. You just got to let us know in the comments and we'll do it for you. But as always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to stay tuned.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.